Well, in this case, the position of the English did not change. When the Celtic lineage became extinct with Alexander III and his granddaughter, the Norwegian maiden, passing the throne to lowland families such as the Belus or the Bruces. Well, with this resulted in the monarchy beginning to identify on the lowlands of Scotland to such an extent that the seat of government was moved to Edinburgh. Well, likewise, both of the legislation and the acts of James I predecessors were translated from the Latin into English, no Gaelic in this case, although the Gaelic was used only by most of the population, although it was all English that Scotland used by translations within the European cultural current. Also, at the end of the 15th century, Scottish identity began to be displaced by English because it was refuted that Scots was equal to the English language. But some figures, such as the poet Gavin Douglas, argue the opposite, since Scots was a different language than the English. By that point, Scots could become a standardized language, but chancery English was chosen, and unfortunately, as a result, several dialect varieties of Scots were suppressed. Uh, Also, in this case, uh, why was it not decided to standardize Scotsman? Well, after the 15th and the early of the 16th centuries were marked by the golden age of the literature by actors such as Robert Harrison, William Dunbar, and Gavin Douglas. There were several reasons that interrupted their standardization. For example, and the first one, when separating the literary status of one from the other. What I want to say? Well, because English was highly related to Scots in some works by different Scottish authors. On the other hand, it could not reach it could not reach education because there were grammarians to regulate the Scottish fonts, the spelling conventions. In addition, the lack of translation of the Bible into Scottish having a great impact on the literary, which was generally based on it. For this reason, it focused only in English. But well, the most important point, or well, the main reason was the collapse of the Scottish home rule following. It was the defeat of the Foden in 1513, which was followed by the Protestant Reformation.